Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of the Chef's Kiss Kitchen. This time, I am the host, the Impact Player, and we have a very delectable delight for you guys today. So, of course, you're going to have to stay tuned to the very end of the episode, and we'll reveal what the recipe is. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into it. And now it's time to address the meat. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you got to use your 5 base seasonings. Go ahead and drop a comment of what are your 5 base seasonings. Like, what I'm talking about is no matter what, you're starting out with these 5 seasonings and you're putting it on any meat before you add the nitty gritty. Okay, so we have beef oxtail. So we have to admit this much to you, but can anybody guess what I'm about to do with this right now? We're about to find out. After we done unpackaged the meat and washed it off, you got your 5 base seasonings, of course, and we have thyme here, the new addition for the flowers. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and season this bad boy up. Okay, once we have the meat seasoned and stuff, you gotta make sure your meat looks dirty, just like this, okay? But here's the sad part, ladies and gentlemen. We're actually gonna have to pick this episode up tomorrow because it has to have at least 24 hours to marinate, okay? So you go ahead and hit it with the base seasonings. And once you hit it with the base seasonings, then I'll see you in 24 hours. And now it's time to address the vegetables. Okay, so now it's time to address the vegetables. We got our carrots, celery, green onion, alien, shout out to Gantz, regular onion, which I don't know why we have both of these, but who knows. Green pepper and our red pepper. So let's go ahead and wash those off real quick. Yeah, so of course, let's find it easier to break down the onions. The peppers first. So let's start out with that. Okay, and then after you have these sliced and diced, let's go to our trusty dandy bowl right here, and let's slide those in. And you want to do your same thing with your green onion. Okay, so now we got our celery here. Okay, after you get your celery looked at, you want to dump these into a separate bowl. And after you have the carrots sliced and diced, you want to add those with the celery onto the next one. Okay, so now we have the onions diced up. Add these with your celery and carrots. Okay, after you got your green onion and alien, you want to add that as well too. Let's do it in a way where you guys can still see, but no messes are being created. Okay, after we have our garlic here minced, I'm going to add this into this pile as well too. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now we addressed the meat, seasoned the meat. We diced up what we need to dice up with the vegetables. We seasoned the vegetables. Now it's all time to put it all together and go ahead and start cooking it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the celery and the carrots are a little bit harder. So I'm gonna dump these in there now, get them going. Reduce the heat here once I feel like they soften up a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to brown these up a little bit. All right, now we want to puree our tomatoes. After you're done blending your puree, then, you know, it's only for about 1-2 people, so I'm not going to make too much. But after that, you want to pour your puree on your vegetables and get those going. All right, these are almost done. After you turn some things down, don't be afraid to reduce the heat in your kitchen and stuff. If stuff is starting to cook way too fast and stuff, you don't necessarily have to continue to cook it that fast. But the next step is we're about to caramelize the sugar. So next step, lightly dust this stuff, not too much. Okay, once you're ready, you take what you already made over here on the side and you dump it in. So we're going to take our diced peppers, red and green peppers, and then we're going to just kind of, you know, feather those around as well too. Now it's time to spice things up with my cayenne sheba. You want to add some more thyme. As you guys can remember, I added some thyme last night. Kind of let it marinate with it, but let's hit it again. So I only just got a cup here, but I might need some more. We'll see. Like I said, we're only just eating for 2. I might have got a little bit too much meat in there as well. Okay, so we have our Worcestershire sauce, and basically we're going to add a tablespoon. Okay, so we got our soy sauce right here, and you're supposed to add 2 tablespoons of that. And now we're going to add our butter beans in there. And don't judge me. I don't have a, this is actually a wok, and I don't have a lid for it, at least not right now, so don't judge me. Okay, so we're going to add our rice in there. And of course, and then of course, since we're only eating for, you know, a handful of people here, we're not going to add all of the coconut milk in there. Make sure you stir this up real quick. And then, of course, if you need to hit it with some more, which is looking like we're going to need a little bit of more seasoning, then you take time to do that as well. And of course, kidney beans go in last, but you always want to clean off the preservatives and all of that good stuff. Get them ready. And then, of course, add your kidney beans in with your rice. And once you do that, you want to hit it with a stir. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we just got done with another delightful meal. And all I can say is, you know, we got to come up with different categories to rate this stuff and then come out with an overall rating of each dish. But overall, I'll give this one a 6. And, you know, this is no disrespect to my Caribbean brethren out there. The thing is like, if I'm gonna have jerk anything, it would most likely be jerk chicken. I remember like the first time I ever had jerk chicken, you know, this is my first time trying oxtail. And, you know, so the meat itself, it was way too fatty. Of course, this is my fault too. Because when I was cleaning and dressing the meat and stuff like that, I could have removed most of the fat off the bone and then threw it in the pot in order to cook it. But of course I didn't. And, you know, the first time trying these things and stuff like that, you know, like I'm learning. So I'm learning right along with you guys as well, too, you know, and Chef's Kiss Kitchen, the staple is cooking everything that is exotic, you know, so we're trying to move past pork, chicken, beef, and fish. And we're actually trying to, you know, broaden our horizon and try new culinary delights and stuff like that. So, of course, there's a new one for me. You know, I would love to try to cook this one more time. And the main reason is because, like, I felt like I could have did more, like maybe, like I said, took the fat off the bone and stuff like that. And definitely, instead of cooking it once and then boiling it, I should have just straight up boiled it, you know, so the meat definitely could fall off the bone and stuff like that. So it was a couple mistakes on my part, but overall, I thought I nailed basically the sweet and savory flavor that was jerk and stuff like that. I ain't have no problems with the vegetables and stuff like that, but you know, like I said, it's about trying exotic meats. So I failed you guys. I failed myself. You know what I'm saying? I must admit that. But overall, I give the whole effort a 6 and stuff like that. But I am definitely willing to cook this again. So be on the lookout. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We had Caribbean style oxtail. Don't forget to leave me a comment on how many different ways was the oxtail prepared. I know they have a Middle Eastern style, I believe, and also an African style of cooking oxtail. So don't forget to leave me a comment once again on how you had it prepared. And with that being said, that concludes today's edition of Chef's Kiss Kitchen. I've been your host, the Impact Player, and I'm out. Peace.